How valuable can a 1959 penny be? Do you think a 1959 penny is worth good money? You will be nicely surprised. Now, if you only knew which penny and what to look for, some of them you can also find in your change. You will know their most recent values by the end of this video. The year 1959 is the first year that the U.S. Mint changed the design from the wheat reverse to the memorial design. Frank Gasparro designed the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, which was released that year. But not without a reason. The year 1959 is also the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Just to give you some basic but very important information about them, they should weigh 3.11 grams because it's very important for you to remember, since some errors do exist on these coins, and the weight will help you determine if you have them. So let's start with the regular business strike pennies. The regular strike pennies used in everyday transactions were struck that year at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The Philadelphia Mint struck a little bit over 609 million pennies that year, where the Denver Mint struck over 1.2 billion pennies, more than twice as much. The 1959 Philadelphia struck pennies don't have any mint mark. The only pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which will bear a P mint mark, were struck in 2017. So, these pennies will not have a mint mark. And they were struck in poor condition, which is very typical for coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Finding this penny in grade MS67 is challenging, and the highest grade known is only an MS67 plus. So finding an MS67 plus won't be easy at all, but if you find one, the profit from the sale of it will be very nice. In fact, this is the latest sale of the 59 Philadelphia penny in the grade MS67 plus red. And this beautiful coin sold at Heritage Auctions for $2,520. It's very impressive. However, a coin in the same grade sold also at Heritage Auctions 6 months ago for over $5,000. So always check the coin's most recent sold prices. Let's move on to the pennies struck that year at the Denver Mint. The 1959D Lincoln cent is one of the best struck coins for the Memorial Lincoln Cent series from 1959 to 1973. So only coins in very high grades are worth good money. In MS67 red, this coin sold at David Lawrence for $2,625 in March of this year. But that's not all. Recently, the very first, and so far only, 1959 Denver MS68 red penny went to auction, and it sold for $6,000. How cool is that? It won't be easy to find a coin in that high of a grade, but if there is one, there's gotta be more. To find coins in that high of a grade, you need to search uncirculated mint sets and possibly unopened rolls of 1959 and 1959D pennies. But there's more. The year 1959 is very interesting and very special for pennies. The proof pennies struck that year are also valuable, which is unusual for proof coins. They were struck in 1959 in the Philadelphia Mint. They won't bear any mint mark, but they will have a shiny, glossy proof finish. To find nice coins, you will need to search proof sets. In proof 69 condition, they are very scarce. In deep cameo condition, possibly no more than 175 to 225 examples displaying full deep cameo surfaces exist in all grades combined. Now, deep cameo is talking about the finish on proof coins, and deep cameo is the best possible. A coin with a deep cameo finish will have mirror-like fields on the coin. So here you have another coin that you might want to look for. And speaking of their values, in proof 68 DCAM, this coin sold for $312, which is a nice price for a proof penny. But the best is coming. The 1959 proof 69 DCAM penny sold for $20,000. But there are only 3 examples known to exist in that grade, and that's why it's so valuable. If you wish to look for a penny in that high of a grade, you'll need to cherry pick coins from the 1959 proof set. Now, the 1959 pennies also have 2 well-known varieties. The first one is on 1959 pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint, regular issue, business strike, and it's a DDO or double die obverse. What you're looking for is doubling on the word Liberty and on the date. In grade MS64 red, this one sold at Heritage Auctions for $186. And in grade MS65 red, this penny sold for $259. And the highest grade known for this coin is MS66 red. And this DDO FS 101 penny sold at Heritage Auctions for $600. As you can find DDOs on 1959 pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint, on the 1959 Denver penny, you could find a repunched mint mark or RPM. And you can find it also in your change. There are also super valuable errors on the 1959 pennies that you definitely need to know about and look for. This first one is a 1959 mule penny. Now, a mule coin, for those new to the hobby, is simply a coin with an obverse and a reverse that belong to 2 different coins. The first one is the 1959 D penny struck with a wheat reverse. This rare coin was found in 1986 in change, and it has sold twice since then. The second time it sold in June of 2017 for an amazing $50,000. How cool is that? Until today, only 1 example is known to exist. The key here is to look at both sides of the coin. And of course, no basics like what reverse should this coin or any coin have. Another very cool error is the 1959 P and D pennies. Both have been struck on silver dimes. This error is called a wrong planchet error or an off metal error. As we all know, dimes in 1959 were struck in silver. So what you're looking for is a silvery color and the weight of 2.5 grams, which is the weight of a silver dime. Many 1959 pennies with this error do exist in many different grades. This 1959 D penny, struck on a dime, sold for $2,280. Now, if you find this year a penny on a silver planchet, it doesn't necessarily mean it was struck on a dime planchet. Some 1959 pennies were struck on foreign coin planchets, like this 1959 penny, struck on a Dominican Republic 10 centavos, graded only MS63 by PCGS, but it sold for a very nice profit of $3,818. And as you can see on the slab, the weight of this error is the same as on the penny struck on a dime planchet. And that is because in 1959, the U.S. Mint struck Dominican Republic 10 centavos and half pesos, respectively, using U.S. dime and U.S. half-dollar planchets. So as you can see, the pennies struck in 1959 are very valuable and have very valuable errors. Look for all of them. Check your change for error coins. Buy uncirculated mint and proof sets. And look for coins in high grades. It might be worth doing so. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.